What's up there, YouTube? Back with another video. Today I want to talk about growing through change, growing through obstacles, growing through just this next elevation that you're trying to get to in your spiritual journey, which is going to produce in your life, such as your home, such as your job, such as your leisure. You know, when you're growing and doing your very best to put your best foot forward, whether that's study, whether that's, be tidy, stop going out, cooking more, less alcohol consumption, less smoking and things of that nature. When you're growing and changing your life, when you're growing and deciding not to be around certain people and deciding not to go to certain places, it's going to require you to really go inward with your self-love, inward with your idea of what it is that you're really trying to manifest and bring into fruition. A lot of this goes into your habits. A lot of this goes into how you see yourself at certain events, how you see yourself and how you want yourself to behave at a function, at a interview, at a family gathering. And I say behave in the sense of, how do you see yourself in your maturation process? Do you see yourself being big? Do you see yourself being overweight? Do you see yourself not clean cut, or and it's all saying, how do you see yourself in the future? How do you see yourself when you do the work? Do you see yourself sloppy? Do you see yourself with bad teeth? Do you see yourself in just a world of despair? It's easy to go into an environment, go into an organization or family or some place that's not necessarily your own, and start matching what you see, start becoming everything that everybody else is, due to not wanting to stand out. You want to make sure that you don't ruffle any feathers, and what you're doing is, by doing that, is not staying true to who you are, what you set out to do, what you decided that, hey, this is going to be my new growth of life. This is going to be a new process for me to be fresh and be rejuvenated, be renewed. And you have to make sure you push this energy out into your reality, into your world. And you will get hate, of course. Hate is part of the program. Hate is part of the process. Hate is something that people naturally do if they're not conscious enough to not do it. And the hate may come in all forms. It may come in just question forms, and why you do that, and why you wear that, and do you know that, it's even if they say they're not trying to be negative, even if people say that they're not trying to belittle you or put you down, they don't know, or maybe they do know, but generally you hear the language that is downward. You don't hear the uplifting language. You don't hear the positive language. You don't hear anything that sounds accepting of you. So I call that hating. I call that belittling, or not accepting someone for what they present themselves as to be. And you kind of have to have the wherewithal and the courage and the confidence enough in yourself to say, hey, I show up like this Monday, Tuesday, this is my meeting, shirt, tucked in or whatever, and I'm here to do my job. I'm here to assist. I'm here to develop. I'm here to execute. I'm here to strategically build whatever we have to do and go about my merry way, go about my life, go about my day. And this is also not just something for you for your job. This is a life thing. This is a thing where if I'm going to spend my time on earth in life, I'm going to carry it out at a certain way, at a certain standard. And in a lot of ways, you're dying about it. In a lot of ways, because we all have a day. And if I'm going to go, I want to make sure I do my best each day. I want to make sure that if I'm leaving the house, let me look great. Let me shower. Let me put some deodorant on. Let me feel great just about grocery shopping, just about going to the mall, because this is who you are. It is. If you just wake up and wear pajamas all day and go out and run errands and don't wipe your face and got toothpaste everywhere, that's you. And you can say, hey, oh, I don't care. Well, clearly you don't care. Clearly you look just like how you look. Rolled up out of bed and you look like that from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Then you want to put on some club stuff and go out and think it's called dressed up. No, you're not dressed up. You dressed out. That's exactly what you do. You dressed out. Like a person in the street, like a night walker. And that's the reality of the situation. And when you want to change, like I say, growth in change. Growth in how do you maintain and elevate. Meaning maintain your cleanliness and elevate. Maintain your good speech and elevate. Maintain your relationships that grow with you and still elevate. It's about the structure you put in your life, the divinity that you have in your life, the groundedness you have in your life to not only grow yourself, but grow your strength and capacity to block anything that's affecting your day, that's affecting your home, that's affecting your way of life and well-being. You know, if you look at how way organizations and companies and places are run, they put policies and procedures in place to make sure things are being blocked out. And this especially goes for employees or people that work for you. It's like, hey, I said no smoking. Now, the more I see that you do smoke, the more consequences that's going to come with it. That could be fines, that could be termination, that can be going to put you on unpaid leave. We're going to do things to not only correct this behavior, but if it cannot be corrected, we're going to remove you from our operation. And you have to do that in order to grow, in order to make sure that you're not being the bricks that you're laying is not being taken from you, to make sure that you're abiding by the structure that we have. Everything is not for consumption, or everything is not for you. You can eat something like, I know I had sushi the other day, and that sushi was great. But a day or two later, or 10 hours later, my stomach like, hey, it's not for you. And I love it. This one particular thing that I get. And I'm like, as much as I love it, I have to deal with the consequence of 10 hours later, your stomach like, no, you need to get some Sprite or Pepto or whatever you need to do to clear this up, because this ain't what we doing. As you grow, as you mature, as you decide what you want to do in your life, which may vary over time, especially the way the world is going. People are doing so many different things at once in so many different industries at once. You have to have the strength, the awareness, the spirituality to stay grounded within yourself and not get easily swayed off of your God, off of your faith, off of your internal clock of what's making everything go. And if you are here to find peace, find joy and happiness, you have to be sure not to put things in your reality, in your world, that's going to take away from your joy, peace, and happiness. It's going to take away from your marriage, your relationships. You have to be aware of what you're doing. And this awareness, in my opinion, not only comes through experience, just through time, through repetition, but it also comes by getting out of your comfort zone in increments. Whether that's a new job, whether that's, hey, I'm going outside. I'm going to a place I've never been. It's a park over here I've never been. It's a beach right down here I'm going to go to. It's exploring and coming back with new information, figuring out what works. Even if you buy a new home, it's like, okay, well, what works? What doesn't work? What do we have to fix? Okay, the pipes need to be fixed. You have to figure out and make sure that you are assessing your progress. You have to make sure that once you assess your progress, once you assess how you're living, how you're growing, and this is even on the job, they may not assess you correctly. They may not know what you do. They just know they gotta give you a performance exam. All right, well, you don't know what I do, but you're gonna give me a performance exam. All right, great. It is what it is, because some people can't value you, and that's what it is. You need to value yourself. You need to find your value within yourself and what you're bringing. You can't get into places and humble yourself and be lower than something that you're not. You don't do all this to stay the same. You don't do all this work to be low. You don't do all this work to come home broke and broken. And it takes audacity, it takes courage, it takes Christ. And if you don't find this momentum, if you don't find this internal power in you, no amount of drugs, beer, whatever will put you where you want to be. No amount of coffee can put you somewhere. If you don't innately know that, hey, this is what I want to do in my life, this is how I see it, even if you can't almost define it infinitely or definitely, you do have to kind of shift your way into it, ride the wave into it a little bit. You may have to just grow through something, and you will have to grow through something. You may be on that job for 7 to 10 years, 11 years to figure out, hey, I found the perfect pivot. The first 10 floors wasn't my floor, but the 11th floor is my floor. It's going to take a little time. And throughout that time, that is where you find the grace for yourself. That's when you give yourself grace. You give yourself area and freedom to stretch and now you done grew into a new shoe size. You have to give yourself freedom to expand. And if you don't give yourself that freedom, that natural freedom that you deserve and desire, you will mentally block your own growth. You will mentally tell yourself, I don't deserve this, because you're already collapsing what it is that you feel like you don't deserve. And this goes into every facet of your life, from marriage to money to family to friends. It's because, oh no, they look too good for me. I don't think we'll be great friends because they're attractive and handsome or cute or beautiful. What are you talking about? Oh, that group of people that's architects and engineers and attorneys, they don't want to be my friend because I'm just a cashier. You are already disqualifying yourself from everything because of your own opinion of yourself. You're disqualifying yourself because you think low of yourself. I'm not saying groups don't run with certain, lions roam a line. I'm not saying that things are not like that, but I am saying if you don't get it in your mind that, hey, I am somebody too. I am of value too. I got my stuff together too. It may not be in the profession that they're in, but that doesn't matter. You have to know other gifts and values that you have. You have to know other things that are valued about you, that you love about yourself. And, don't try to sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself low. And don't let people come over here and start touching and putting all their energy on you, because they put this negative energy on you out of love. They put this negative energy on you. I was just checking on you and supporting you and all this other stuff. And what they're doing is they're throwing this downward energy on you, and you up. You know, especially after people get past a certain age. I'm not saying this is an ageism thing, but sometimes people have already checked out. They've already accepted what their life is going to be. They make this amount of money, they're going to spend this, and they're going to go gamble the rest or whatever they're going to do. And they come to you and maybe want to just hang out with you because you are their entertainment. You may be some people's entertainment, and they will drain you because you are just entertaining. They hear what you're saying. It's just a conversation. Oh, this happened at work. You could be actually stressed out, and they don't actually hear that you're stressed or going through something. Only thing they hear is a conversation, entertainment. They never had this type of energy in a long time. So they're happy to have you here to stop by. Let me tell you something. You need to find people that actually listen to you, that actually hear you, that give you sound advice. And it doesn't have to be a therapist or psychologist. Sometimes you just need good friends, good people, and that's the best thing you're gonna have, because they're on your wavelength of understanding. They're on your wavelength of, yeah, I've been through that too. Let me tell you what I do to them when they do that. You know, you need to find people who are mentally and spiritually and you know, that respect you. And once you do that, once you find that this is your group, or this is your growth in change, this is your growth in your new area or new way of life, respect these people. Don't overstay your welcome, and maintain this relationship as best as you can. Maintain this new way of living with better as best as you can, and don't take from it without depositing. You know, you cannot withdraw without making deposits. And many times people will want to meet people and withdraw. Many times people want to meet people and automatically come with their hand out. Oh, give me this. Oh, give me that. You think you got an extra? They immediately do it. And this is not everybody. Like I'm saying, this is not everybody. This is just, you know, how things can go. So be wary, be mindful, be careful, enjoy your life. Keep it all the way champagne, which is at the top. And to kind of break that down, when you go to any restaurant, when you go to any bar, when you go to prime locations, look for champagne. You will not see it readily available and visible. You will see beer on tap. You will see the little nice rolled up forks and knife sets or whatever. You're going to see maybe placemats or whatever, wherever you're going. You will not see champagne. You have to order champagne. It has to be ordered and delivered. And this is what it is about keeping it champagne. It's about adapting, seeking knowledge for self, inspiring the spirit. But also understand, champagne is up there. And when you buy it, when you order it, enjoy it. Sip and savor. When you enjoy it, it's because that's how you need to be. Ordered and delivered. You cannot be readily available all the time. You have to be available, ordered and delivered. So this way you have value. This way you're not just on tap. This way someone just can't get the spout and all of a sudden you come leaking out. I don't want anything around me just leaking. I don't want anything around me dry. I don't want chicken dry. I don't want my steak dry. I want my skin moisturized. I don't want nothing dry. I'm around water. I don't want nothing dry around me, crusty and looking bad, and they don't even make you feel good. You know, in order to learn and change and grow, environment plays a big part of it. Environment, from how you grow up to where you grow up and then now live, to where you go to school and learn, your environment makes a big difference. But anyway, YouTube, this is my video, growth and change. Change and growth, however you want to flip it and spin it. But always keep it champagne, always keep your standards high, and always keep your game cold. Keep it champagne.